child's pose on your mat. Just relax. Send your hips back towards your heels. Extend your arms out long ahead of you and just breathe. Inhale. Exhale out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Come into your tabletop. Line your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and we'll take some cat-cow poses here. Inhale, drop your belly low for your cow pose. Exhale, dome your spine, tuck your head and pelvis under for your cat. Inhale, drop the belly low for your cow. Inhale, come back to your cat. And again, come back into your cow. And exhale, come to your cat. Come back into your tabletop position. Send your right leg out long to your right side. Breathe in, breathe deeply into the right hip. Gently send your hips back towards your heel and towards the back of the mat. Enjoy the stretch on the right thigh and the right hip. Relax into it. Keep breathing. And then gently come back to your tabletop and we'll switch sides. Send your left leg out long to your left side. Inhale deeply, send that breath to your left hip and to your left thigh. Send those hips back towards the heel and towards the back of your mat. And relax into this. Keep breathing. Enjoy it and come back into your tabletop position. Come into your downward facing dog. Send your hips towards the sky, send your heels towards the ground and spread the fingers nice and wide. Take a nice big inhale here. Pedal up the feet. Inhale, lift up onto the tiptoes. Pedal up the feet some more if that feels good. And inhale, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale up into Tadasana, your mountain pose. Ground the feet, engage the core, draw your kneecaps up your thighs. Exhale, we'll take a forward fold. Draw your navel in towards your thighs. Inhale, half lift, extend the spine long here. Bring the hands to the thighs or the shins. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll take the first high to low plank here. Your chaturanga, keep the core strong. Lower down into your low plank. Inhale into your upward facing dog or your cobra. And then gently push back to your down dog. Inhale, send the right leg nice and high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Send that right foot between the hands. Inhale, come up into your Anjayanasana. Bend the right knee here, bring the left knee down to the mat, interlace the fingers with your index fingers facing forward for your Kali Mudra. Just send your hips forward here, breathe. Option to take a little back bend here as well. And plant the palms down, come back to your downward facing dog. We'll switch sides, left leg goes high. Gently plant the left foot between the hands. Inhale, come up into your Anjayanasana. Bending the left knee, bringing the right knee down to the mat, extending through the arms, extending through your Kali Mudra here with your fingers. Option for a back bend. Keep breathing, pushing through the hips, then plant the palms down, come back to your downward facing dog. We'll take a half pigeon here, send your right leg nice and high, then bring the right knee behind the right hip. Extend your left leg nice and long. Inhale up through the spine here. Check that your back leg is aligned with your hip here. And then gently melt down your forehead towards your forearms. And relax. Take a nice deep inhale. Send that breath to your right hip. Exhale out. And just breathe here. Keep breathing, see if you can relax a little bit deeper. Enjoy it. And then gently plant your palms down, send your right leg back up into the sky. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Extending that left shin towards parallel to the front of the mat, send the right leg long behind you, aligned with the hip. Extend through the spine and then gently melt your forehead down to your opposite forearm this time. And just breathe. Take a nice deep inhale into the left hip. Exhale out. Just enjoy this. We can often store a lot of emotions, tension, stress in the hip region, so it's nice to show your hips some love in poses like half pigeon. And then gently re-engage the hands, re-engage the back toes, and the left foot back up into the sky. Come into your downward facing dog. And we'll come into Malasana here. So when you're ready, gently walk your feet forward to the top of your mat, underneath the hips. Bring the feet nice and wide, drop the hips nice and low, bring your hands to heart center, and then push your knees away with both of your elbows here. Really lengthen through the spine, drop your hips low towards the mat as much as you can. Imagine a straight line from the base of your spine up to the top of the spine, and just breathe into it. If your heels come up off the mat in this pose, that's okay, no worries, it's just fine. All our bodies are built differently, so just embrace it as long as it feels good. Keep pushing into both of your hands, really pushing those knees away. Then we'll come into a crow pose, so plant the palms down, bend the elbows here, bring the knees up into the triceps, shift your body weight forward, engage the core. Option to lift one foot up, lift the other up. You can lift both at once if you want, or you can fall out of it like I just did. No worries if that happens, let yourself have another go. And just enjoy it, enjoy this opportunity to play, become more familiar with your body, figure out what feels good, what doesn't. And then when you're ready, come back into your downward facing dog. And we'll come into a frog pose here, so bring your knees down to the mat, bring them nice and wide as you can. Then send your feet out wide, even wider than your knees. And then gently send your hips back towards your heels. This one can often feel a little bit uncomfortable, but if it's a good discomfort, embrace it. But if it doesn't feel good, you can take a break. Just listen to your body here. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale it out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Breathe deeply into it. And then gently come back into your tabletop. Shift your hips back towards your heels, extend your arms out long, come back into your child's pose. And then gently flip your body over, come onto your back. Squeeze both knees into your chest, let yourself rock gently left to right. Then place your feet down, let your knees fall to one side and then to the other. Do this a couple of times, it should feel like a nice release for your hips and for your low back. And then squeeze both knees in again, let yourself move side to side if that feels good. Give yourself a big hug here, show your body some love. Then we'll take a happy baby, kick both feet up to the sky, grab the outside edges of the feet or the ankles or behind the knees. Option to sway gently side to side here, or kick one foot out and then the other. Choose whatever feels good, let yourself be guided by your body and the positive sensations. And then gently extend both feet nice and long, come into your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Allow yourself to soak up all the benefits of the practice you just did. Enjoy this time you've carved out for yourself. Just breathe. Feel free to hang out here a bit longer, hit pause on the video. Otherwise, feel free to continue on with your day. We can close out practice together. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale out. Again, inhale. Exhale out. Again, breathe deeply and let your body just melt deeper into the mat here. And gently bring yourself onto your side, come into your fetus position, bend the knees, use your arms as a pillow for your head. And then gently bring your body into a seated position. We'll close out practice, bring your hands to your heart center. We'll take some deep breaths together to get started. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale out. Again, inhale. Exhale, let go. One more time, biggest breath you've taken so far today. And exhale, let go of every last drop. Option to keep your hands at your heart center or bring them to your third eye. And the light, the love, the student and teacher in me acknowledges and thanks the light, the love, the student and teacher in you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. We bow in gratitude. Namaste.